Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Gizmobeep. So if you're looking for a dash cam under the price bracket of 7,000 rupees, you want it to be a dual channel setup, you want a quad HD resolution from the front, and on top of it, you want to have parking monitoring straight out of the box without the need to purchase a separate hardware kit, well, I think the Otobots DVR3035 Dashcam is simply the perfect choice for you. Well, I've been testing out this camera from the past few days, and considering this is a under budget segment dual channel dashcam, it really lives up to the expectations. That being said, to those of you who have a more tighter budget, you want the price to be less than 6,000 rupees, you have a very similar alternate version of the Autobots, that's the Autobots 3036, which basically gets the same camera but just gets a smaller screen. So I'll provide you the links for both these particular models under 7,000 and under 6,000 rupees, and of course, as a sweet deal to those of you who have subscribed to my channel, here's an exclusive discount coupon for you guys. All you need to do is just purchase this using the link given in the description below from the dashcaminsider.in website and apply the coupon code GIZMO at OTO. You'll get the coupon in the description. Just apply this and you can grab some extra discount on these dash cameras as well. That being said, let's not waste any more of your time and jump in straight into the review video, showing you the unboxing, showing you the on-screen settings and the video quality and the number plate readability of the Otobots Dashcam. Let's take a look. So here's the Otobots DVR3025 dual channel dashcam. So basically this shoots a quad HD 2K resolution from the front. You also do get a rear camera. So this gets a 2K resolution 2-inch IPS screen, gets 24-hour parking monitoring, and also gets a built-in Wi-Fi. Some other features have also been highlighted on the box, including 2K front QHD plus 1080p for the rear. You get a wide angle lens, you get night vision, G sensor based dash cam, you get loop recording and built-in parking mode. So the good thing about the Autobots is that you don't need to purchase a separate hardware kit. It gets a hardware kit right inside the box. So let's quickly open it up and show you the contents inside. So as soon as you do open up the box, you get this Autobots branding. So first up, you get the user manual for the camera, giving you a product overview, also giving you performance parameters, functional description, machine interface, and along with that, you also get all the details and all the settings which you might want to use along with the camera. You also get a QR code to download the app for your smartphone for your mobile app connection. And that's it, a warranty commitment at the back. So here's the main front camera, gets a slightly swivel mount for the front cam so you can adjust the particular angle. You get the Autobots branding right at top. You get a speaker at front. It has got this step pattern kind of a design at front, and I actually like the quality of this camera. It looks quite nice. It has got this matte finish. You get this windshield mount with a large 3M sticker, and the good thing is the windshield mount is detachable, so you can easily remove the dash cam from the windshield whenever you want. Nothing on one side. At the back again you get a Autobots branding. You get control buttons, left and right arrow. You get a stop button and a power button and an OK button at the middle. You get a LED indicator, which I personally like a lot. So this is the 2-inch IPS screen, and on the other side you get a rubber seal wherein it conceals a memory card slot. At the bottom you get ventilation holes, you get a mic slot and a reset slot, and of course even on top you get some ventilation holes right here. And the camera gets a single Type-C USB port right here at the top. So very simple and a smart looking dash cam. I personally like the design concept. I personally like the quality this camera has been made with. So it'll be interesting to see the kind of performance this dash cam brings within the car. So this is a regular rear camera, kind of used with most of the cameras. You get this windshield mount. You have a 360-degree rotatable design. You get a LED indicator on one side. And there's no specific branding because this is a generic camera. And here's the rear camera cable, which gets a type A to type B connector. So whenever you want, you can just detach the rear camera. And interestingly, the rear camera doesn't actually directly connect to the front cam. This gets again one more type A type B connector, which basically connects with the main power cable, which by itself is a hardware kit. So you can see that the main front camera actually doesn't have a dedicated port for the rear camera. It only gets a single Type-C port for the power. So even I was wondering where the rear camera might connect, and this is the answer to it. The rear camera itself is connected to the main power cable. So this basically uses a splitter type cable, so you don't get a dedicated port for the rear camera. And additionally on top of it, The front main power cable is basically a hardware kit. You get a ACC, VCC and a grounding connection, and you get a straight type C connector within the main power cable which plugs in into the main front camera. You also do get an additional sticker for the rear camera within the box. So now let's move on and take a look at the other features of the Otobots 2K dual channel dash cam. So here's the Otobots dash camera currently mounted on my windshield, and as you can see straight up that the camera is now streaming both front and the rear camera views directly on the home screen. And if I do press the top button, you can switch between the camera views. So this is the front camera, then you have the rear camera, and then you have a split screen view of the front and the rear. So the camera also indicates a red LED light here indicating recording status, and you can also enter the settings of this camera just by pressing the down button right here. That being said, first option you have is video resolution, and if you do head into that, you get a 1080 Full HD for both front and the rear, and you get front 2K and rear 1080p resolution. Then you have the loop recording option wherein you have a file size of 1 minute, 2 minutes and a maximum of 3 minutes. Then you have the light source frequency which you can set at 50 Hz or 60 Hz. Then you have the G sensor sensitivity. You can set it to low, medium or high, or you can completely turn it off. Then you have the parking surveillance option, so within which you can set the sensitivity of the G sensor to low, medium or high, or you can turn it off. Then you have the time lapse recording mode in the parking monitoring wherein you can set it to off 1 FPS or 2 FPS or even up to 5 FPS. Then you have time lapse recording duration. You can set it to a minimum of 12 hours and 24 hours, 48 hours and a maximum of about 72 hours. Then you have the recording option. You can enable it, disable it. Then you have the video watermark option. You can enable and disable that. Then you have the rear camera direction. You can preview mirror, record mirror, mirror all, or you can rotate 180 degree, rotate 180 degree plus preview, or you can turn it off. So this is very important in case if you have installed the rear camera incorrectly, you can use this option. Then you have the volume setting. You can set it to high, maximum, off, low and medium. Then you have the keypad sound. You can set it to on or off. Then you have the screen sleep, basically the screensaver option. You can set it off or on, or 1 minute or 3 minutes. Let me just set it to off. Then you have the language setting. You can set it to English and some other few languages which are present right there. Then you have the Wi-Fi information. You can enable the Wi-Fi. You also get the Wi-Fi name and the Wi-Fi password on the screen, so you can easily connect the dash cam to your smartphone by looking at this. Then you have the time setting. You can set the correct time based on your geographical location. Then you have the disk formatting option. You can select that. Then you have the version information, gives you the QR code to download the app. And then you have the factory reset option to reset the dash cam to its factory settings. So this was the overview of all the on-screen settings for the Otobots dash camera. Taking a look at the number plate readability during daytime, so this is at a pretty close range, and if I actually zoom in to take a look, you can clearly make out that both the vehicles number plate are like neatly visible. You can make out each letter and number. So this is at a close range of maybe less than 10 feet, and since this is a QHD 2K resolution, you can read and you can get good number plate reads at a closer range. Moving on to the rear camera's number plate read, so even this too is about a distance of maybe less than 10 feet, and if I do zoom in, a very neat and a very distinctly visible number plate read. No complaints against this. Since this is a full HD resolution, this is the best you can get, and of course the Otobots dashcam is performing right as expected. Taking a look at the overall video quality, so since this camera shoots a QHD 1440p resolution, you get a better looking video compared to a camera which probably only shoots a full HD resolution. So this camera shoots a videos at 25 fps, has a bitrate of 16,000 kbps and a file size of about 117 MB per minute. And the overall visual clarity is actually looking good. Even the field of view of this camera is impressive because it is nearly covering all the lanes in front of the car. And in terms of color saturation, in terms of exposure and contrast, I do think this is neatly balanced. This is probably the best you can get around a budget of 6 to 7,000 rupees, and the Otobots is doing a really excellent job at it. Moving on to the nighttime video quality, so this too is surprisingly good. You don't see that high reflection from the road, indicating that the camera is quite well calibrated for exposure. And even in terms of the contrast level, it's looking pretty neat. There's no haziness, there's no white glare in the video, except of course the street lights and the headlights do tend to bring in some level of glare, but it's not as bad as some of the other cameras out there. In terms of number plate readability, under the glare of headlights it might not be possible, and even with vehicles like facing towards the camera you might see some glare here and there. But I think in terms of overall video quality, the night footage is really excellent at its price. Moving on to the rear camera's video quality during daytime, so you can see the loss of contrast because of the lesser resolution, that's 1080p when you compare it with the quad HD resolution. But considering this is a dual channel setup under 7,000 price bracket and you're getting this level of rear camera quality, that's really something which you can appreciate. Although it's not as high in terms of sharpness levels, in terms of contrast levels compared to the front camera, I think the rear camera by itself overall is doing a good job. You can get good reads of the number plate at close range. You have good visibility, good exposure and contrast levels. The field of view also slightly lesser than the front camera, but that's totally normal. Overall, I think the rear camera is also looking quite good, workable and good enough to capture some level of evidence whenever any incident might happen. Moving on to the nighttime video quality from the rear, you do tend to see some glare in this, the headlight glare catching up. So since this is a 1080p resolution, but I think the overall visibility, I think the overall quality of this camera is good enough relatively, because most other rear cameras within this price bracket offer much worse video qualities. But considering the Autobots rear camera, I think it's doing a decent job, and you can simply rely on this to capture video evidence and movements of activities and vehicles behind your car. So all in all, I think this dash cam is total value for money to those who are looking for a dash cam under the budget segment, under 6,000, under 7,000, want a dual channel setup, want a quad HD resolution, and who want a parking monitoring straight out of the box without the need to purchase a separate hardware kit. And as told previously, the purchase links are provided right below in the description for both the models, the DVR3036 and 35, wherein I think the slightly lesser priced camera, that's the 3036, brings out more value for money for you. And of course, you can even grab some extra discount using the exclusive coupon code which I've shared in the description of this video. So go ahead and grab these cameras from the dashcaminsider.in website. You can also grab some cool deals on some other dash cams also within the same website. And if this video has helped you out in one way or the other, go ahead, hit that subscribe button of Gizmobeep right now, smash that like button and share this video with all your friends who are looking for a budget dual channel dash cam. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.